Nothing much. Hey, thank you very much for having me here. And it's good to see you.
I'm glad you're on, man. I'm glad you're on.
Oh yeah, let me take my hat off. I got something to show you.
You went for some love, buddy.
Yeah.
21 years, man. How's it going? How's it going?
All right, pretty good, man, pretty good.
Yeah, so we won't keep them waiting any longer because we had this little delay here. So
yeah.
Welcome again to the Fashion Roundtable. My name is Laray Smith. Our guest tonight is Mr. Laray Peterson. I call him Ray Skeets from Visualize Networks. So Ray, we won't waste time here. Get right into our conversation. I want everyone to learn about you and your brand tonight. So basically, what I normally ask each of our guests, the ones I interview, is to tell us about Visualize Network, the way it started, what was your motivation to start it, and what's your vision?
Yeah, basically Visualize Networks basically started off with it's like two separate entities, Ray Skeet TV. And Ray Skeet TV started as far as when it was like a calamity of when the stock market crashed. And basically everybody lost their jobs and everything. So I had to really evolve and start my own thing.
Yeah.
And so basically I started my own film aspect, but it started basically when I was little, when my mom slapped the camera in my hand when I was little and said record all the birthday parties. And my cousin, he was the correspondent, Stanley Washington. And so we would go around, talking to people in the family. Then it expanded into going to events like Ybor City and all that stuff there. And my name came about with Ray Skeet TV is we was in Ybor City, me and my friend Naquan in Austin, and the girl was asking me with the camera, my big old camera, what's your name? And that's when Lil Don and the East Side Boys song was going on. Oh, Skeet Skeet. And then I was saying Ray along with them saying Skeet Skeet. And then so she thought my name was Ray Skeet. And then that's when they was like, oh, that was catchy when we was watching the film. And it stuck with me since then.
So Ray Skeets TV started before Visualize Networks.
Yes,
back in Ray Skeets TV. Okay.
Yeah, back in '98.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, I've seen your work, and your work has been. I mean, you're one of the top videographers. I mean, I've seen it in this area, the Bay Area, in Florida, basically. And your work is awesome. No, your work is always awesome, clean, very well presented, and editing is like on point. So
thank you.
Kudos to you on that, man. Yeah, so this videography, like in everything, every discipline, photography, videography, technology is always changing. You know what I mean? It changes so fast.
Yeah.
Over the years, you have seen all of that. What's that affected you and your growth?
Well, basically, me being a tech as well, I was looking forward to the changes and the upgrades, right? Because you never know how things are going to go. So you always want to be prepared, just like this situation here. And so it affects me in a very much positive way because you look for developments.
Okay, great. Yeah, technology, it just keeps changing every day, man. So, well, tell me, what change in technology basically has inspired you and really your growth?
Well, it's more of programming, and that part of the technology really helps me with any kind of ideas or innovations that I have. I am a programmer first, and that's what they used to call me before Ray Skeet and all of that, was a programmer, because within our county and our situation, I was the only one that was able to get programs that everybody needed because they were so high.
Yeah. So everything just comes to the sound. It's like you're multitasker, man. You're a man of many talents, really.
Yes, yes, very much.
So you could create your own programs, basically?
I learned how to
Your own
code.
software, you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, what I did is basically I would merge software to what I need. So I used the programming development that I learned in high school and after
Mm.
that to merge different categories of programs to generate my own way of doing something that I need to create.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So when I edit film, is basically maybe 3 or 4 different programs that I use all in one.
Mm. Really
Yeah.
tricky, man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
I won't take
fun.
my phone to hold no time soon. Yeah, man. So, you know, when for the past few months, been a very challenging time for all businesses. A lot of challenges going on with the COVID-19 stuff and all that and all that. I mean, how's that affected you in your business? Has it been a setback, or has it motivated you to even go harder?
Well, it has motivated me because within my life and what I do with my business, I hate to say it, but it happens to excel my brand with every calamity that happens.
Hmm.
So like when the stock market crashed, that was really the introduction of Race Keep TV.
Yeah, I remember that vividly.
And yeah, so then I was filming in clubs, I was filming in different aspect areas. They needed me to do that and also work on the computers there at the club. So within that and me leaving Wellcraft, it was another opportunity to be something different. And then now Visualized Networks is more of a network brand situation to where it's not only the filming aspect and the photography, but I needed to go deeper into how could we merge the situation, what we have now, to help evolve all of us.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's funny, in times like these, entrepreneurs always find ways to survive, you know? You know what I'm
Now,
saying? No, because you have to really create, maybe even create new brands or recreate the brand you have, you know what I'm saying? Just
hmm
to make things work. Because, like, you know, we come up with this Fashion Roundtable, you know, during these times, you know, just to, you know, and it's been going pretty good. Good to have you tonight.
uh-huh.
Um, yeah, man, but moving forward, what's your long-term vision for
My
Visualize Networks?
long-term vision basically is um, I really have a design and a coding programming that I'm doing for a lot of things like what's going on now with COVID
Hmm.
is I know basically all the filmers and photographers basically that I need or whatever. I want to make a format layout to where we can have everything basically in the fashion sense of like runways to where it's a virtual situation. And I think that idea and my ways of coding, and I won't give everything out, but my ways of coding and programming it could make it run on a central hub system to where the people can be there and actually still be on the phones like this right here.
Man, I'm just listening to you speak for the past few minutes, and you know, it's like you got a lot of talent, man. No,
It's a little
yeah, I
bit.
mean,
It's a little bit.
you are, yeah, I mean, you're like a true techie. You know, I mean, you touch it and it works. You know what
uh,
I'm saying?
Sometimes, but see, a lot of people see the working part. They never see
Yeah,
the trial and errors.
yeah.
But it's
Because
great.
because it's a lot of thought that goes behind all of these things that you do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of prep,
hmm
not just even like writing the programs. That takes a lot of mental, mental work. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot of focus,
Yeah, a lot of
and
work.
a lot of people can't do it. And like I understand you dealt with Cobalt and everything like that in
Hmm.
coding.
Yep.
And me myself, I dealt with QBasic and a lot of binary algorithms and all that stuff there. And so
RPG. Hey,
yeah, so that really helps with the technology field. That really helps me get ahead on anything with the photography or anything like that because you're always in that instant, that moment of being thoughtful of first.
yeah, because
So
I did programming years ago, so I know what it takes, man. Writing a program takes a lot of it drains you. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, it's very demanding. It's a very demanding field. You know, writing assembler language and all those stuff. Yeah. So I know
Yeah.
I could relate in that aspect of what you do.
It's tedious fun, you know.
It's fun, and you have to enjoy it. You know, you have to enjoy what you do. You know what I mean? And from knowing you and from meeting you and talking to you and just interacting with you, I could tell that this is something that you really, really have a passion for.
Yes, it's the desire to achieve, and when you have a thought, it's the thing of making it happen that really is the payout, you know, because it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, and once you have that drive to just have a thought, a simple thought, and to make it work, it's lovely.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, we want to know questions for you, yeah? You know, you know,
okay.
Which I know you're scared of. You're scared of some of these questions, right? Don't be getting on the chin running off on us now.
Okay.
So let me ask you. You shoot a lot of events. You shoot fashion events. You shoot church functions, weddings, and stuff like that. What's your favorite event to shoot? What's your favorite type of event? You shoot?
Well, mostly my favorite event, even though I like the fashion, but basically is within the runways and everything, is basically sit, shoot. You know, you're limited. So a lot of times, really, I have to say, is the quinceañeras. Because when you have to run around a 15-year-old all day for 5 or 6 hours, and they say you did a good job following us, then you know you and your team did a great job, because those right there, they're very awesome moments, and you creating a memory that that kid is going to hold forever.
Those are very huge events, though. You know,
they're very huge. Yeah,
very huge. So, what do you enjoy doing most? Shooting or editing?
Shooting, shooting, man. Because that editing is, you have to basically, everybody that has edited before, even if it's a picture or a video, it takes time. And a lot of people, sometimes the people don't appreciate that work that you put in it.
Yeah, true.
Because then they'll be like, oh, could you change this to do that? And you like, you know, I spent like 5 hours basically making that video, rendering and all that stuff. But then, but yeah, I like to shoot, because when you shoot, it's there, and you're basically done with that shooting aspect.
Yeah, editing could be very tedious too, right?
Yes, very, very much.
A lot of time, yeah, and stressful.
Yes, very. And you need quietness.
Yeah. So what gets you excited about a project? Like if you're working on a project, right? Say I call you and I say, Ray, you know, I have this fashion show I'm working on for the next 6 months from now, and you're my videographer. What makes you excited about something like that?
What makes me excited basically is when we're actually there, and even though the planning and everything is all in par, but really what really heightens my sense and makes me excited is the beginning, that start of shooting whatever event or your fashion show and everything like that. Once I turn the camera on, everything releases. Because now you're not in the world of everybody. You're in the world of that lens.
Yeah.
And it's different. Yeah, you're in a whole nother aspiration.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, man. So let me ask you, man, what's your preferred brand to use in terms of your cameras and stuff like that?
That's very hard. Nikon. Nikon is the brand. Nikon, I don't, you know, it's a big thing about Canon people, Nikon people, but Nikon to me is more of a, because I'm a PC type person, computer PC. And Nikon to me is just like the PC and the Android, where you can do multiple things to capture what you want. Most likely Canons, and I'm not talking bad about y'all Canon people, but Canons are more like Apple, to where you basically get what you want is directly there. You know, now they're upgraded to other options and choices, but Nikon already been there. And I just, that was my first high-end camera anyway, besides the Sony, which Sony has came up, but Nikon is my preferred choice.
Yeah, Sony is a great brand, man. I love Sony's.
Yeah, Sony has came up. They have came up big time. They always been good, but they changed, now that they changed all the lenses to where you don't have to buy it all in one like a monopoly, it's a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Sony is awesome. But they're a little expensive though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're out there. Like they say, basically, if you're spending $3 to $4 grand on the camera, then you're getting something worthwhile.
Yeah.
And so Nikon, you could get that very much worthwhile. Sony, you might need a couple more thousand.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Hey man, you know, I just want to say I want to thank you again, man, for just joining us here tonight on the Fashion Roundtable. It's a great pleasure having you here. So tell us, you know, our viewers and our followers, how could they find Visualize Networks? You know, I keep calling you Ray Skeets TV. That's your fault, though.
Well, yeah, it's changing. So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, basically, and I will be opening up my Visualize Networks website. That will be following in November, end of November. So the whole layout and everything changing because I did make this whole transition right when the pandemic started. So it's no longer Ray Skeet TV. Everything now is Visualize Networks. So be looking forward to some different opportunities and everything as far as even doing things remotely, networking and all that stuff as for filming and photography. I will make a broadband network for a lot of photographers and filmers that basically don't have it out there.
Yeah. So when a potential client goes to your new website, what should they expect basically?
Well, what they would expect is something very much different. And in fact, it won't be like your basic photo video type thing. It would be more like commercial wise, as far as I have been working on a plan to where I could basically do advertisement as far as something that's just like a small business advertisement, trying to really help and support the small businesses to where they could be on my page and I'll shoot their commercials for them. So that'd be a lot to conquer and do.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. In terms of working with the community, how does Visualize Network basically embed themselves in the community and assist?
Well, basically what we do now is we go through everything with the churches, the schools, like charter schools. Like that's why I'm basically busy, like way up there, is because we do everything from developing and helping the repairing computers, setting up security systems. We also, with the filming and all that stuff there, making things like home smart and making schools smarter as far as the aspects of where you can basically control the school without being at the school.
Have you ever thought of like mentoring or tutoring like kids in middle school, high school, whatever?
Yes, I have been doing that since 2007.
Wow.
And so I'll pick like 1 or 2 13-year-olds, and they will work with me till they turn 18, and they will learn everything from the aspects of computer repair, filming, photography, writing checks, balancing, keeping your credit straight, everything that they need to learn, basically what the schools don't teach as well.
Yeah.
So, and to teach them how to be more composed with themselves when they're out with me.
Yeah.
So then their friends see them with a job and also handle themselves like a mature person.
Yeah. Giving back, man. Giving back is always important, especially to the younger generation. Because they need that knowledge. So knowledge is important to impart. Like I always say, knowledge not shared is knowledge wasted.
Yes, you're right.
So yeah. So that's a great thing, man. Kudos on that, and keep on doing that great work you're doing with Visualize Network and building that brand. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to tell us about Visualize Network?
I want to say thank you very much because a lot of people don't I think photographers and filmers are like the last appreciated sometimes. Like I'm for real. Like people would think at events, they would think the DJ, the host, the guy that cooked the food, the guy that swept the floor, and we're right in front of them, and they never say thank you, filmers and photographers. So thank you very much for having me here.
Hey man, it's our pleasure, man. To be honest with you, that's what the platform is for. To allow folks like you, creatives, to come on here and talk about their brands, and themselves, and and just help them grow. Hopefully tonight was one of those nights for you. I mean, where you felt like you imparted some knowledge, which I know you just did. You are one smart dude, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you are. It's a pleasure knowing you as a person, also, a friend. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Whenever, just thanks for being here, being our guest tonight. I mean, sharing your knowledge with us, sharing your story with us. It's appreciated. And the Fashion Roundtable says, hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome.
Thanks, folks, for joining us tonight on the Fashion Roundtable. We'll see you again next Wednesday for another exciting guest at the Fashion Roundtable. Thank you, and have a great night. Take care, Ray.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Night, folks.